Go like, let me see your wrist. Let me see that just for a second here.
Wait a minute. What is, no, okay. Oh. That's great. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No.
He is gone.
You're not going anywhere, David Letterman.
That was just a few nights ago. George locked him up there. David has hosted more than 6,000 shows, and tonight Letterman will say goodbye to late night television.
You are looking at a live shot right now of New York, the Ed Sullivan Theater, where he does his show. And look at all the people, the paparazzi. All these people have their little cell phones out trying to, I guess, see famous people. I don't know. Anyway, you have probably heard Cincinnati mentioned from time to time, along with guests from our area, including one you see almost every day here on Local 12, Anjanette Levy. She looks back at locals in the spotlight on The Late Show.
It's The Late Show with David Letterman.
David Letterman has welcomed thousands to The Late Show, and some of his guests have come from Cincinnati. Even before she hit it big with Sex and the City, Sarah Jessica Parker was one of Dave's favorites.
I know you started as a child, really young in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Queen City.
It's the Queen City.
Yeah, it's a great town.
There you go, Dave. That's your new president.
Bootsy Collins sat in with Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. Alternative band The National also played on The Late Show. And 20 years ago, George Clooney made his first of many appearances.
I think there was a time when your father and I had something in common. I think we may have worked for the same television company in Indiana and Ohio.
Just last year, George's dad Nick and his mom Nina made a cameo.
I kind of think that I remember him from his broadcasting days in Cincinnati, and also I think he worked in Dayton for a while.
Yeah, did you work in Dayton?
I've been fired from most of the major
Well, I was so proud that I got David to laugh. Everybody tries to get David to laugh, and nobody gets him to laugh.
Nina Clooney appeared on a Mother's Day segment years ago and got a coffee mug as a parting gift.
I was there with several other moms, and it was terrific. I mean, there isn't any negative to it. It was fun.
Others have appeared as well over the years.
Yes, please welcome Anjanette Levy.
Anjanette Levy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hello, Anjanette. Nice to see you. Welcome.
Yes, that's a much younger me on The Late Show. I had just graduated from college and couldn't get standby tickets, but I was asked to play Celebrity X-Ray Challenge in the Hello Deli. The game, look at a celebrity's X-ray, ask 10 questions, and try to figure out his identity.
What is your profession?
No. Can she ask that, judges?
You never said that she couldn't.
Okay, you can ask it. I'm sorry. I got overexcited. Okay,
Dave's staff told me he'd never let me figure it out, so after a couple of really good questions, he cut me off.
I have no idea who this is. And this is so unfair because I usually...
Well, now, wait a minute. It's my game. Quit ragging on it.
It was Art Garfunkel. My consolation prize, a disgusting platter of lunch meat. It was a lot of fun, and I think I made an impression because Dave made me a running gag for the rest of the show.
Boy, that poor woman from Cincinnati, she seemed like she was just pissed. I mean, she won the fabulous deli platter. What more does she want, for God's sakes?
She only won it because there are no losers.
Years later, none of Dave's fans wants to see him go, especially George.
No.
He is gone.
You're not going anywhere, David Letterman.
But as the cliche goes, all good things must come to an end. David Letterman, we will miss you.
You've made us all so happy. You've been thoughtful and funny and challenging and terrifying. And despite your best efforts, probably the most distinguished man on late night.
God. You may be going off the air, but you belong to us for the ages, my friends.
I think this would be as good a moment as any to say, thanks a lot, David.
Yes, and wish you well.
Oh. I think we all wish him well. I'm really going to miss him. He's like my late night buddy. I would go home at night from work and turn him on.
Yeah.
And I was watching the CBS morning show this morning, and they brought on a David Letterman segment, and I never cry. Waterworks.
Aww.
You know, I'm just sitting there like, I can't believe it. You know, it's so weird.
So
but
you never got the standby tickets. Did you ever get to go on the show?
Never, not on the show as me.
Right.
I got to see
in the audience,
show.
I guess.
Yeah. Actually, twice.
Oh,
it was really, really hard to get tickets for years and years and years. But the last couple of years, it got a little easier. So last summer, I saw him. Martin Short was the guest, and
who's funny as
oh
could
my
be.
gosh,
he's great.
Hilarious, and he always does a musical number. And we got beach balls. They gave beach balls to everybody. So I have a picture on Facebook of me with my beach ball. You know, it's awesome. And then the year before that, in June of 2013, I was on. And I can't remember who the guest was that night.
Well, I'm sure Dave looked up in the audience and said, "Hey, there's my friend Angelina."
I know, and he was like, you know, I would invite you back to my dressing room, you know, for a private audience, but I have a little bit of a cold and I don't want you to get sick. So,
What's the guy's name at the deli? Is it Rupert?
Rupert G.
Rupert, yeah.
And he's the nicest guy. I mean, we hung out the whole time. They came back to us at the end of the show too. And
that's awesome.
You know, David Letterman loves Cincinnati. I don't know if you guys know this.
Yeah,
for sure.
Dave loves Cincinnati. Tonight 11, we've got a really great story about how Dave learned what he does from watching live TV broadcast right here in Cincinnati. Your dad was a part of that. So.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
So we're going to take a look back at that too. It's going to be a lot of
Cool
fun.
stories, and I'm sure you enjoyed eating all that lunch meat.
Oh my God, it was so disgusting. I was a vegetarian then, which makes it even better.
All right, thanks, Anjanette.